Once again, it's that fabled time of the week. Fate Stay Night is here. Now, I just want to take a couple of moments to talk about that beginning of this episode. That beginning, I don't know if I'm the only one, but that beginning of this episode was actually pretty emotional. For me, at the very least. Because knowing how Kiritsugu was as a character, his ideals, his ideology, how he fought, what he wanted to do with his wish, everything, and to see how he ended up like he did at the beginning of this episode, and the way we see these hints of how he treated Emiya, it's very sad. I want to say I know, it's very sad. Like, the emotions are just so damn strong in this episode. Like, seeing how Kiritsugu passes the baton to Emiya. That's pretty much what happened at the beginning of this episode. To put it in simple terms, Kiritsugu passed the baton to Emiya. He passed his dream to Emiya. Emiya has grabbed Kiritsugu's dream, and it lives on through Emiya. In a certain aspect, Kiritsugu is technically not dead, because his dream lives on into his adopted son, Emiya. And that right there is very sad if you think about it. It makes you happy, smile, and sad at the exact same time. So, Emiya literally is living for Kiritsugu. To find a way how to be a hero, to save people, save the world. That's pretty much what Emiya is doing now. And to see how he's trying to continue the dream that Kiritsugu had, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Because the way Kiritsugu said, like, I couldn't complete my dream, I had to give up and all that, that tears at you. It fucking tears at you when you know Kiritsugu and how he was. And to see how, Emiya stood up, he's like, you know what, I'll complete your dream for you, I'll, give it to me and all that. That was sweet. It was very sweet. It was a very sweet connection moment in this episode, and I felt like the overall introduction of how Emiya got his ideals and his ideology, and how he got it from Kiritsugu, that was amazing. Ufotable. You did a damn good job of that. That was just absolutely amazing. And then the overall ending sequence of this episode. The ending sequence with how Ren's father was completely different in different aspects. We get to see this displayed at the end of this episode. For instance, Ren's father, we see a flashback. And Ren was talking about how pretty much Emiya's father was a failure. Kiritsugu was a failure as a mage because he put being a father before being a mage. And if you look at Ren's flashback, you see how she's crying, she's alone, she has her magic gems, she's by herself as a mage in a dark room. And the sad thing is that is the opposite for Ren. For what she said about Kiritsugu, it's the opposite for Ren. Ren's father put being a mage before being a father. And that right there just has so much weight. When you think about it, the weight in that dialogue on both sides of how Emiya's father and Ren's father is completely different, it's sad. It is so damn sad. It's really sad seeing something like that, and how Ren had to grow up living pretty much like forced under the pressure of being a mage. That's pretty much what it demonstrates to us and what type of life she lived. The thing is, though, with this episode, there's a lot of things going on in this week's episode. For one thing, we have a new servant that is introduced in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Works 2014. So, I'm going to do a little bit of theory crafting from the information that was given to us. It's either Caster, because of the way the invisibility on the chains we saw and the way the teleportation was. It looks something like what Caster might be able to do. It looks like Assassin, maybe something to do with Assassin, because, you see the way the chains were, the way it was stealth, the way you saw Emiya forced up in the tree when his arm was stuck and all that when he was about to get filleted. That looks like something Assassin would do, so there's another reason. It could either be Assassin or Caster. So, a lot of questions right now. We don't really know exactly which one it is, but overall, I love the character design of this servant. Oh my god. The way the character design is updated in Fate Stay Night 2014, holy shit, that looks so good. Oh, did you see that sword? Did you see that little dagger sword she used? Oh, dude. That was badass, man. Like, oh my god, the animation, man. The fucking animation. Oh, shit, dude. The animation just shocks me. Every time I see this series, I'm just like, oh my god, the animation. Just every time I see it. Every time. Oh. And to see this servant updated with animation, I'm like, man, that looks just fucking boss. Now, with this episode, we get to see Emiya's badassness. We actually get to see him become a badass. A lot of people complain about Emiya's character. I've seen a lot of people complain about him from the original Fate series, and even to this day, I see some actually complain about his character. He's a wussy, he stops Saber from fighting, different stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people complain about his character, so I've seen fellow Chibits do it too in the comments. But in this, we get to see an actual aspect of Emiya's personality, how he truly acts. I mean, that badass fight, oh my god, he was fighting a servant. Think about that in perspective. He was fighting a servant. We don't know what servant this is. It was assassin, caster, we don't know who this was. But it doesn't matter. He was fighting a servant with nothing but strengthening magic on a metal rod against a fucking servant. I mean, look a couple episodes back. Look what Lancer and Archer did. Look what they fucking did at that school building. And look at how extremely strong that was. Or Saber and Berserk. Yeah, think about that for a second. Think about that. Emiya was fighting a damn servant. Yeah, of course he lost at the end of the fight. At the end of the day, he lost. But still, he was, at the very least, holding his own for a little bit against a servant. So that is absolutely amazing. The way they handled that, showing the badass skills of Emiya, I'm like, dude, that's just epic. And it's not just that fight. He was fighting Rin. Rin, a master mage, pretty much. Rin is a damn good mage, and has been learning magic since a very young age. And you had it where Emiya was actually putting up somewhat of a fight, even though he was running like a rat or a cockroach with its head cut off for the majority of that fight. He still was holding his own. He was dodging fucking Blasto. The Gundar, I think that's exactly what it's called, the Gundar. You get to see the demonstration of Rin's magic, but I mean, you see how he's dodging this, he's going to the classroom, he thinks fast, you can see his intelligence level, how he manages to think fast. You can definitely see some aspects of Kiritsugu inside of Emiya. For instance, he quickly put a freaking desk up and strengthened it as a shield. That is quick thinking. It shows us the intelligent level of Emiya. That the intelligence is amazing. I love that. I love characters that know how to think and how to fight, especially the way he did. That was great. Very, 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 very good. And the trash talking on Emiya's part, the way he trash talked freaking the servant when he was fighting. Oh god, dude, just that was great, man. You had it to where he's like, oh, your like fighting power seems to be a lot lower than other servants I've seen. And then you got the servant got very, very, very pissed. Oh god, you know, Emiya man was smack talking. You smack talking that servant. He's like, you seem weaker than the other servants. And dude, you could tell the rage in the face of the servant. I mean, it wasn't like a frown or anything, but you could tell that servant was pissed. So fucking pissed. Being treated like that by a normal human. You realize what type of, like, just discrimination it is against a servant? Oh, dude, Emiya, what, dude, oh my god. Imagine him saying something like that to, like, you know, Berserker. Oh. And if Berserker wasn't, like, you know, insane, imagine if he said something like that to him. Oh, damn, dude, that'd be scary as fuck. It really would. Imagine how pissed off Berserker would be if he wasn't insane. Anyways, besides that, okay, there's a lot of different things going on in this episode. Like, we got a little bit of hints going on with Ayako. She's, like, disappeared. She's went up missing. Ever since she went out with Shinji, she's disappeared. Like, nobody knows where she is at all. She's came up missing. They've asked Shinji to where she is since they last were seen having an argument, and that's the end of the story. So this is hinting at something is happening between Shinji and Ayako. So we gotta wonder exactly what is going on there. Now we find out that there is another master at the school where Emiya and Rin are currently at. So currently at this moment we know there is 3 masters currently going to this school. So we have to question, is this master that's going to the school the same person that had the servant pop up in this episode? Is it someone different? We have to wonder this right now. But clearly there is another master at this school. And moving past that entire factor, I actually want to get more back into the fight with Rin and Emiya. Rin's magic, the animation on that was phenomenal. Oh my god, phenomenal. Did you see the way her magic crest on her arm and legs when she was moving fast? Look, the cinematography, the CGI, the backgrounds, the way they moved. Ufotable. You scare the shit out of me with your budget every time I watch an episode of Fate Stay Night. I'm not joking. Because, as I said in multiple reviews, I'm scared to find out how much money was probably pumped into these episodes. I mean, if we were probably to see the price range of how much it probably cost to make one episode, or even the first episode, I think all of us would shit a brick. I personally believe it. Probably shit in gold. That's probably what Ufotable's doing, shit in gold bricks. Because that is exactly how crazy some of the budget scenes are in this series, because even if you pause it, you'll always have a quality scene. If you pause it, you'll look at the art. Even in the fast-paced scenes, you see some brilliant looking art, and it's scary to see consistent art style like that, especially in that scene with Rin versus Emiya. The animation levels, damn. Okay, moving past that entire section, we find out that Emiya and Rin are going to be having a truce. Supposedly at the end of this episode, Rin offers a truce to Emiya until at the very least they finish off all the other masters, because at the moment they need help, and it'll be a lot better for Rin and Emiya if they finish off everybody else before they finish the fight between them. So that's a very good thing. So now we have to where Emiya actually has a true ally, Rin. So we have Archer and Saber on a same team, which is going to be fucking epic. Okay, imagine that badass Archer, what we saw a couple episodes back, and Saber. Dude. Okay, but I just imagine it. Just picture that in your mind, how badass it is. It's badass. Oh my god. Anything with Archer is 10 out of 10, bro. When he joins a team, it's a perfect 10. 10 points if you get the reference. But anyways, this overall was a really brilliant episode. And I can't wait for next week's episode of Fate Stay Night. This series continues to impress me. It really does. I love the scenes, the fighting, I love the exposition, I love the characters. Rin, the kawaii cuteness of Rin's faces in this episode, waifu material, definitely fucking waifu material. I am definitely buying Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Works, no matter what. No matter the cost. I know it's going to be fucking $100-something or $200-something for the series, and I know my wallet's going to be killing me, but I am definitely buying this series, even just for that first episode alone, or even just Rin's face. That face of Rin, this episode, I would buy this series. So this is going to conclude my review of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Works. If I had to rate this episode personally, I want to say it's a 10 out of 10. It was a brilliant episode. A lot of foreshadowing, subtle hints. Can't wait for next week's episode. I am super excited for Fader Day next week. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this week's episode. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.